Welcome back. Let's now get you some breaking news. Remember the kind of scuffle that had been seen in the Joint Parliamentary Committee meeting, which is to do with the discussion on the Waqf Bill amendment. Now we are told that the three BJP MPs have written a letter to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla demanding the registration of an FIR against Trinamool Congress member Kalyan Banerjee and his immediate suspension from the House until an investigation into the violence during the Joint Parliamentary Panel meeting on the Waqf Bill is completed. Now remember, there can be multiple penalties that Kalyan Banerjee can be looking at. It could be an immediate suspension from the House. That is one thing that is also demanded while the matter is being investigated, along with other issues that can be in fact brought up when it is about branding this entire incident that had happened as Banerjee's hooliganism and unforgivable act of violence. Let me in fact take this across to Payal Mehta, who's got us that information. Payal, exactly that question. What is the kind of penalty Kalyan Banerjee is looking at?
As of now, Kalyan Banerjee stands suspended from the proceedings for one meeting. That's something which was done immediately after the opposition MPs basically stepped in and they said that Kalyan Banerjee needs to, in fact, not be punished so severely because nobody got injured in the whole process. But, the fact of the matter is, Griha, that this was a very, very serious consequence. Anybody could have been injured. That's something which cannot be really done. And never in the history of the recent parliament proceedings have you seen scenarios like this as well. So obviously the BJP MPs have been up in arms against Kalyan Banerjee, essentially asking the Lok Sabha Speaker to present the strictest punishment to set a precedent, because tomorrow the BJP MPs are saying tomorrow somebody can probably come with a weapon and probably try to fire, saying that nobody got injured as well. What is the guarantee for that, given the fact that even in the meeting, Nishikant Dubey, when he was arguing for the motion, he said that, probably tomorrow somebody can bring in a weapon and try to kill some a minister, probably. What is the guarantee of that? Because, most of the times the MPs do not get really frisked, at parliament. They are given an access because of the privilege that they really enjoy. But privilege does not mean that you have the opportunity to put somebody in the harm's way. That's something, of course, which the BJP MPs have argued. So not just Nishikant Dubey, but the person with whom Kalyan Banerjee got into an argument in the first place, Abhijit Ganguly himself has, put in a similar complaint, and so has Aparajita Sarangi, another member of the BJP, all three of them have put in a complaint.
Okay.
As of now, the ethics, and they demand that this matter be taken up with the ethics committee, because the ethics committee basically will look into the matters concerning the behavior of, behavior of the MPs. And if you remember, then the ethics committee is the same committee that actually handled the whole case of Mahua Moitra as well. It was the ethics committee which, in fact, was finally given the report to, in fact, expel Mahua Moitra from her membership. And that is something on the similar lines that, the BJP MPs have requested the Lok Sabha Speaker to look into. But as of now, the ethics committee is yet to be constituted because, after the last term ended, the ethics committee has not been reconstituted.
Okay. And Payal, exactly that point, because we also saw how the panel chairperson Jagdambika Pal really had come out, and he was very shaken after that entire incident. And he said that that entire bottle, the glass bottle, could have gone on to hit me. So that is the kind of violence that we are talking about here. So the obvious next step after this entire ethics committee really is constituted, because things do not really look well for Kalyan Banerjee over here, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, we'll have to just wait and see whether or not the speaker decides to refer it to the ethics committee. Like I said, the ethics committee is yet to be constituted, and new chairman will take shape as well. We'll have to just see, because when the committee took over the entire Mahua case, they had various meetings. They in fact inspected various departments concerning the same, whether it was the various ministries, IT ministry, etc. Similarly, the eyewitnesses will be asked to appear. What has happened as well? Of course, we've seen those charred pieces of glasses also in pictures. What really led to this? In fact, there'll be a lot of people, because within that meeting also you have a lot of people who actually do the reading on behalf of the of the parliament as well. So all of these things are going to be looked into in great detail. So it's going to be a detailed report that's going to be submitted to the ethics panel. And multiple rounds of meetings are expected to take place. But let's just wait and see how this really goes. And in the first place, if the speaker decides to go ahead and nominate members to that, and in fact, listen to the complaint that the BJP MPs have about that.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Payal. We'll keep an eye on this story. Remember, action pending against Kalyan Banerjee after the act of violence that he had indulged in during that entire joint parliamentary meeting concerning the Waqf amendment bill. We're shifting our focus now. We're getting some more